Hey guys, my name is Jay and welcome to my survival world, Jay's Kingdom. Today I'm actually going to be showing you how to create this automatic bamboo and kelp farm here, which both feed into these furnace arrays to give you unlimited fuel and experience. So let's pop over to a creative world and I'll show you how to get started. Alright guys, so we're out here in the creative world. What you want to start doing is placing down your base for your minecarts to run along. In my survival world I just made it 6x20, so we'll just go ahead and make a 6x20 platform here. And once you've done that, you just want to come in 5 blocks from the edge. Oops, not there. Here. And place in redstone blocks. Or you could use redstone torches, it's up to yourself. And there. The next thing you want to decide is where you want your hoppers to unload. So I'll just have mine on this side here. We'll place in some blocks here just to place them down. We'll grab out the hoppers here and just place them down like so. You can then break these blocks as well. And then what you want to do is place a powered rail on the hopper, normal rail, and then powered rails all the way along. And you should end up with something like this. So all powered rails except for these ones here, and these powered rails should be unpowered, the ones that are on the hoppers. Next you want to place down a row of blocks right under the, or next to the hoppers and right under. Block up there as well. And then you want to grab your redstone material, so you'll need some repeaters, some comparators, and some torches. And so you want the comparators facing into those blocks away from the hoppers. Those will detect if there are any items in the hoppers there. Torches on the other side of those blocks. Blocks on top of those torches. And then also blocks on top of the comparators. After you've done that, you want to place your redstone repeaters facing this way. And they will power the rails. The only thing is, when you put a item in here, the rail will unpower, which means as soon as an item starts feeding in there from the hopper minecarts, then it will unpower so that it can unload all of them. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is come in 2 blocks, place in your first bit of grass there, and actually before you do that you want to block off the rails so the minecarts can't go everywhere. And then you just want to fill in the top section here with grass or dirt, it doesn't matter. Alright, so after you've got the grass down, you want to start to create the flying machine. You want the bottom to be at this level so it doesn't cut off the first level of bamboo. So let's just place down a slime block there, pillar up, and then an observer faced into that block, piston on the side of that block, and then another observer right here. And then you want to have, this one's a bit tricky, a piston facing that way, and then another slime block there, and we'll put the obsidian there to stop that. I like to keep mine all in line, so I have the slime block right there as well. And then just bring that out like that, and should be all good to go. We'll just fly quickly over here and stop the flying machine from taking off in that direction, and we'll give it a bit of a test. As you can see, it's all working fine. Alright, so while we've got the flying machine over on this side, we want to create the return circuit. So you want to place an observer right there with a block below, a repeater running out of that block on 4 ticks, block up like that, and redstone dust on top, block up again, and redstone dust following that down, and then a trapdoor right there. So every time the fly machine flies over to that observer right there, we should get it to return. And what we'll do right now is I use a daylight sensor on my flying machine so that it goes off a couple of times a day. So we just pop that on top there and it'll detect the sun. I think I've got daylight cycle turned off on this, so it won't run just yet. And there we go, it returned. Awesome, so once you've got that set up, you want to grab your bamboo and just place it down on all of the grass here. Alright, so once you've got all your bamboo in place, you can go ahead and fill in all of these blocks. Also, actually, before you do that, don't forget to place your mine carts down so they can collect up the bamboo, and then place in those. Then you want to construct your walls. I would use an immovable object like some leaves right here. Anywhere where the slime blocks are going to be, you definitely want to use leaves so that they don't pick that block up, and construct walls all around this platform here. After the leaves are all placed down, I like to go ahead and place some glass, or you can use any other type of block you would like to use around the sides here. And I'll place this up to be 5 high, so the walls will be 5 high. I just find that helps avoid a lot of lag and things when the flying machine flies over. If the bamboo's too tall, you get too many block updates and things. So if you haven't got a high-end computer, or you're playing on a server or anything like that, you can cause quite a few lag issues. So this just limiting the bamboo grow height to 5 just helps negate a lot of those issues. And once you've got the walls built up to 5 high, you just want to put a ceiling on it at the 6th block height, which will stop the bamboo at level 5. So the next thing we want to do is figure out where we want our bamboo to go and take it out of these hoppers as quickly as possible so the minecarts don't stop, and feed it into sort of like a furnace array. So let's get that set up real quick. Alright, so I've placed in my furnace array. I'm sure you guys have seen these all before. Just got a few double chests down here, some furnaces and hoppers underneath them leading into those chests. So what we want to do is get the bamboo into this section at the back here, so that will fuel the furnaces. So we'll just place a block under this end one and out like that. Have that facing into that block like that. And then have hoppers all the way along facing down that way as well. Then what we'll do is just have a hopper right at the end pointing down. Block up like, block right under it like that. And then we'll lead this all the way up to the back of our furnaces. Alright, we've got our rails in place. The minecart is bringing the bamboo all the way up to these hoppers over here. So these are gradually filling up with bamboo. Now you could stop the video here and have yourself an automatic bamboo farm and just unlimited fuel. But if you do want to construct a kelp farm to go along with this, so you get automatic experience and unlimited even more fuel from the kelp blocks as well, you can go ahead and create a kelp farm alongside this as well, which we'll go ahead and lay out right now. Alright, so if you want to construct the kelp farm, what you want to do is come out 2 blocks from the furnace array there, and 1 down, and this will be your floor where the kelp will be planted. Just bring this out the same distance as the bamboo farm, like so. And then you want to build up the back wall, just 1 block. Then build up the side walls, so they will be 3 high from the planting spot, I guess you can call it. Then you want to come 1 more block out on the floor, build up the walls on this end as well. Oops. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Alright, so next up, you want to place down glass panes all along this side, glass blocks all along here. We can just fill this in with that. So the walls can actually end here, sorry. So yeah, glass panes all along the bottom and all along the top. So you want to place in a wall just like that. Place your pistons in against that wall. Observers, you'll need to come around the back. So observers facing into where the kelp will grow, just like so. Oop. And then redstone dust all along this back wall here. And let's turn this to day. Alright, so once you've got all of your observers and pistons in place, you want to go ahead and place in the water just at the observer level is fine. But you want these all to be source blocks at the top here. And you can see all the pistons going off as we place in the water, which is definitely a good sign. You then want to grab your kelp and plant it just on the... Oops, if we can get in there. You want to place your kelp just on the bottom here. All the way along. And if you want to, you can go ahead and check the age of all of the kelp, which you can see on the right hand side there. It says targeted block kelp. Anything age 24 you want to get rid of. Anything sort of age 22 and above you want to get rid of, because then that won't grow to the full height. All the rest of this is looking pretty good. So that's, believe it or not, one module of the kelp farm complete. You just need to sort of figure out a way you want to collect all of the kelp, which in my survival world I use a water stream. But first of all, we'll go ahead and create a couple more modules of this. Alright, so we've created quite a few modules of the kelp farm here, which should make it quite efficient. So the next thing we want to do is just collect the kelp. So all the kelp will be dropping out onto this block here. So if we go all the way along here and just up there, I guess, then we can have all of the kelp flow into a water stream. So we'll block the walls off here as well. And you do want the walls too high for this as well, so you can use ice streams and not have the items get stuck, or ice blocks I should say. Then you just want, where the water stream stops, an ice block, a pressure plate, then place a sign here so the water doesn't flow back again, and water on there, so that's flowing water. Same again here where the water stops, ice, pressure plate, oop, not there, sign, not there either, sign, and water, like so. Then you sort of want to figure out where you actually want your water elevator. So we'll have the hoppers for the kelp facing down like so, and we'll have the minecart coming in from this side. So we can probably move this around like so a little bit. Geez, my block placement's a bit off there. Alright, so we can just do a little bit like that, an ice block there, and another pressure plate so that the water flows. Now you want to go a little bit higher than where your hopper line is, like so. Bring this up as well. And then just sort of figure out where your minecart's going to go just by placing your blocks in like that and your powered rails along. Then you probably want a redstone block right there so you can power those rails. And that one's not powered, so you might be able to get away with placing it here. Alright, so they're all powered. Alright, so once you've got your rails all in place, what you want to do is place a hopper down like so. Actually, you want the hopper right here, so bring your powered rails out one more. Hopper right there, hopper right there. You want to place a block on top of that. Bring the elevator down to that level there. What I like to do, especially in survival, is break the soul sand for one moment and pop a water source at the top of the elevator here. You want to make sure the water doesn't go anywhere else either. And then if you grow kelp all the way up, all of those are now source blocks, and then you can come back down the bottom, break that, and pop in your soul sand, and that is the elevator working perfectly. You can then cap that off so that they don't go flying, and now you should have some kelp going into this, which is working great. There we go. Now sometimes, especially if the kelp farm isn't 100% efficient, you can have some issues where the minecart will take off only with a couple of kelp blocks. For that you can then add in like a hopper loader system here. But if your farm's very efficient, you don't need a hopper loader system. You can just go ahead and have powered rails, pop in your minecart, and it will start to collect all of the kelp, pop it into the furnaces, and get it all smelted up. Like so. Alright guys, so that's how you create the automatic bamboo and kelp farm. All you would need to do to get experience out of the furnaces is either be really quick and grab a... That's very hard, but I did actually get it. Or you can power these hoppers here however you like to stop them from putting the items into these chests. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video guys. If you did, please leave a like rating and comment below. Subscribe for more tutorials and to check out my survival let's play world as well. But otherwise guys, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Have a good day. Bye.